So, this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a bit. And that is the creation and the discarding of their Panic at the Disco's lost album, Cricket and Clover. So, it all started with the end of the the tour for A Fever You Can't Sweat Out in sometime in 2006, and then in February of 2007, Ryan was just like, "Hey, I got this idea for this new album that I want to come up with. It's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet type of thing, but instead of them dying, it's more like a love story. It's more like a more fairy tale type of vibe, and it's more like it set in a mixed reality where it's like a strange world that I want to come up with." So he made lyrics for those songs, and those band members in Panic at the Disco, which at the time consisted of Brendan Urie, Ryan Ross, Spencer Smith, and John Walker, they were producing the album in a cabin in the middle of the woods in their hometown in Nevada. But the interior of the cabin is it's really high tech for some fucking reason. So, each person had a chance to have their own sound to the album. But we did have a chance to get what the sound would sound like for during the Calendar Business documentary when they recorded some of Cricket and Clover. Some of the titles that were actually confirmed were Velveteen, Scarlet, and Phosphorus Skin. The other ones were two unknown tracks. One of them was a rock and roll thing. Another one was an acoustic track. But eventually they were in the cabin for so long, they just got cabin fever and they gone fucking insane. So, and they were just trying so hard to make it this perfect album. And Ryan was just trying to create this whole world for this specific album called Cricket and Clover. He even went as far as just making cartoons for it, making a whole story, a whole musical for it, akin to Walt Disney's creations. And he was basically a fan of film scores at the time, and specifically this composer called Danny Elfman. And most of the instruments were used, they're basically made of glass and egg cartons for some reason. I don't know. I don't fucking know why they have to do that. But after a while, they just didn't seem right for the project. They just started from scratch, started from square one, and then just worked on Pretty Odd, and they started from there. But they did Ryan's dad, I think, had had a like a DVD, all sorts of like CDs of like demos of Cricket and Clover that we have yet to hear. And according to Brendan, those tracks, a lot of the tracks and demos from Cricket and Clover are being held in a hard drive somewhere hidden. So we could have a chance to hear it in some form someday. But until then, it will remain a mystery. So, that's my word on it.